All right, it's been a while since I posted any video on any of the projects in here. Thought I'd do that, and I'd do a podcast tonight. And I thought I'd start with, we just got the hubs back off the CNC. So we've got this Metro right here. It's got our 3-wheel project going on in the back there, and then on the front section here, we're working on our tank track setup. So what we're building is a full snow track off-road vehicle, probably something similar to like How and How, except for we're putting it all in putting a Geo chassis on top of it, so you have some creature comforts. So we just had this hub made that adapts us to the Geo front end, and it's actually designed to go on an early or late model style. And then we're using a 2-inch, I think they call it a 1018 steel front axle, and then these mammoth wheel bearings. I think each one of these wheel bearings will hold the entire load of the entire chassis, so they are just way overkill. But what I wanted is I never ever wanted this hub to bend here on an axle, so we just went. The engineering showed an inch axle wasn't enough. 1.5 inches was probably okay, and I said, well, then we'll just go with 2-inch because the cost difference wasn't all that much. I think only a couple $100 a wheel. To not have to rebuild it, I thought that was worth it. But yeah, it's a real slick system. I don't have much to show you here. Most of it's being machined, or it's laying in here, and we're just not to the point to put it together yet. Right now we're building these are things we didn't have to build. This had to be built. I think we've got a lot of money tied up in this for months and months. We've been dumping thousands of dollars into it. Basically, we haven't built a single part. I mean, obviously there's stuff here, but we've been building the fixtures to build it so we can replicate it. And we're just getting to the point where we can start building the new tracks, the track system and whatnot. But yeah, it's kind of cool. There's a plate of steel that goes on here. Try to get a better angle here. And that allows us to bolt the framework for the track up. And the framework comes down and runs through, I don't know, let's see where the bottom of the car is. About halfway between the bottom of that rail. And yeah, it gives the car about, I don't know, 1.5 foot lift kit. And then it runs 20 12-inch rims, 10 on each side. And then 2 4 or 5-inch rims that sit out here, that they are the adjusters for the track. I guess they're really down here, yeah, I thought I don't really have as much to show here as I thought, but I thought I'd pump something up there, because pretty soon here we're going to start putting a lot more video online of it. We had hidden it a little bit because of we were trying to get some patents on a few things that we designed, a couple of things I developed, and it turns out that our patent lawyer told us that YouTube was probably the best place to go to, because then we could prove exactly at what dates we had certain things. So, and then the truth of the matter is, who in their right mind is going to build tank Geo Metros to compete with us so we can go camping? But there are a couple special features to this vehicle, and I did want to own the patent on it since I came up with the design. And then this axle obviously doesn't run this long. It really actually ends like right here. In fact, these I think are actually almost touching. They're up here. And this unit's chain driven. That portion's not on here yet. And then it goes down to the tracks, and there's a sprocket down there, and we can change the gear ratio on the tracks for whatever load you might want to run. As a rule of thumb, a tracked vehicle only runs somewhere between 5 and 20 miles an hour. Usually they cruise along at 5, and They have the ability to do spurts up to 20. There are, that's generally based off of tank tracks or rubber tracks with tires that are inflated. This is a full steel system. There's a there's a jig right there for building the drive wheels, and we don't use any inflation for tires or anything to set track tension. It's all steel, and then the track pads are designed to have plastic inserts or wood inserts, or depending on what you want to where you want to drive it on. For instance, wood works really well on asphalt to keep it quiet, like if you want to run in a parade or something. But you can use plastics or steel or whatever you want in the track when it's built. It's got a couple lock pins that put things inside it. What the heck else do we got going on in here? Oh, there's a couple turbochargers sitting over there for the turbo setups we're trying to put together. And then that's a pain in the butt, but it's fun to drive around, but a lot of work to get set up to fit in every car. And here's something you can do if you've got a late model Metro and it's got the tiger stripes in it. You want to fix those. The best way to do it is pull the windshield out. This car just happened to need a new windshield, so that was a big bonus. But we'll get it all taped off, and they sell that exact perfect matched color for this car. And when you get it done and you do a nice job, it looks brand new again. What else? And then I don't really have much to show here, but or maybe I shouldn't be showing anything quite yet, but the three-wheel unit is on this car. It doesn't have the trailing arm on it right now, but that's awesome, and it's almost ready for test driving. I'm actually hoping to be driving it in a couple of weeks every day back and forth from work. So those of you that would like to drop in the HOV lane in your Geo and not get on your Goldwing or your Harley, start calling us, because I think they're gonna be flying off the shelf. It's really cool here in Washington, and maybe in every state, is once you go three wheels and you can get motorcycle plates, if you're a total hoodlum and don't even care, there's no more car insurance. What kind of a law is that? I did not realize motorcycle people didn't have to have car insurance. And then if you're coming off like a DWI, we've been looking at all the different rules for motorcycles to cars as we've been setting everything up, because there's some rules on fenders and lights and stuff. But like if you have one of those going blows because you got a DWI in Washington, if you ride a motorcycle, you don't have to have that expensive insurance, and you don't have to have that new $300 to $500 a month blow and glow. So technically you could ride in the winter time and just drive your Metro around, and our new integrated trailing arm, swing arm for the Metro still gives it an independent rear wheel suspension, and it drives it around the parking lot exactly like a regular stock car. We haven't had it out on the highway yet. We're making a couple of modifications to the geometry of it, but it's slick. You cannot tell there's a single tire on the back of it. It still acts exactly. Bill's done a nice job on it. We've been working on it for weeks and weeks and weeks now. Yeah, well, I think that's probably 10 minutes of video. That's probably plenty. This is what I really wanted to show off, though. These little hubs right here. There were 16 hours in building those. We got 5 of them, and yeah, it's $1,600 plus the material for each one of those is $50 a piece to cut. We should have made it out of aluminum instead of steel, but the first one, we're really more set up here in the shop to work with steel, so we just decided to go with steel on the initial setup, and then we can go back and switch anything we want to aluminum. And I just can't wait to get these things out on the trail we're down to, I think, 0.7 or 0.65 pounds per square inch. That means you could set this Geo on 12 feet of the lightest powder in the world, and it'll still sit right up on top of it. It is going to be magic. And we're in the process. I've got another video that's posting up here, probably way after this one, but we've got the Big Toe, my green Metro. I'm dropping a brand new motor and transmission in it, and we're putting some tube bumpers on it. It's my first Baja kit, so we're putting the Baja bumpers and everything on it. Wheel spacers. It's getting a camo paint job. It's getting some GPS stuff put inside it. Whole bunch of stuff. It's getting we have a brand new exhaust system that's going to come out here in the next, I'm not even sure, in the next few months. In fact, we were talking about, we were going to bend exhaust up so we can send it to you in a box where all like 3 pieces or 4 pieces bolt together, like the way the Germans do the cars where everything's a sectional bolt together. But I think what we're going to do is, since it follows the same line as a regular Metro, I think we're going to sell the I'm not sure. We might just sell just the pieces we're using, and then you take it to the exhaust shop and have them put it together. But it's all flow controlled now, so you can set the back pressure on the exhaust system. We're getting some really neat numbers out of it. And where I'm really after is these 95 or later. It's actually my next test rig. I built a head. This car has a brand new engine and transmission in it now. And I've got a new head that I won't, well, it's just something we've been tweaking on for, I don't know, 3 or 4 years, and never really thought it was going anywhere. And we came up with a new, well, basically we came up with a setup that's working better in this car than it does in an early car. And that's awesome. That's awesome. We just got to get some miles on it and make sure it's all really true. But on the dyno, the extra little bit of load that you put on it to simulate a late model car, it started to show some real promise. And I stuffed it into a 92, and we didn't see anything at all. It was just the same old. And then I put it in this particular car. And all of a sudden, boom, we picked up 5 miles to the gallon. And so, you know, you're talking about normally you're getting like 45 in these things. It's like a real number unless you're really pushing it. All of a sudden, this car's getting 50 miles to the gallon like an early car. And if that's the case, I think we'd all like to update to the late model bodies. And we don't have enough test time on it. We bumped into it's all kind of accidental, going in a different direction. Ended up with this this setup, but it takes an engine block and a head now to get there, so it's a combination of the two. And so I'm going to drive it for a few months and work out the details on it, and if it shows good promise over 30,000 miles or something, we'll put it up on the shelf, because no one offers a late model head. And nobody's really getting 50 out of these things. Now, some people are, but again, like driving like normal folk is what we're after. At any rate, that's what's going on in the hobby shop here. And it's after hours. Everybody just went home, so it's quiet enough to shoot a little video. And I'm going to bow out here at 14 minutes and say thanks for watching. And I hope you guys are going to be interested in some tank tracks for your Metro, or a 3-wheel kit, or some turbochargers, or some better gas mileage in your late model rig, or maybe you'd like your airplane to be a little faster. Whatever. If it's Geo, call us. Actually, skip that. I just took the phone number off the website. Email us. I don't have time to talk to everybody on the phone. And do not send me an email that says, call me. Just send me an email with your question, and when I get a chance, one of us will answer it, and it'll probably be me. What else we got going on? There's got to be something else here that I'm missing. No, that's probably it. I got the custom flywheel thing going on, and those are all on the CNC right now, being done up. We're having the website name. I was gonna have my signature put on them, but I thought that was vain, so we're just putting the website name on it. But I should be able to sign it. You know, I've got enough time and blood and money into it. Alright, I thought I'd just give everybody an update, and then we're going to start trying to do some updates a little more often. Oh, one last thing is that we're dropping in as soon as it shows up next week, I hope, maybe even this week, we ordered a 4-camera closed circuit TV security system, and we're mounting that around the cars in the other bay when they're being done, and we can videotape from 4 different cameras at the same time. And then we'll probably just have it do like one of those auto videos, because they're just MPEG files apparently when we get it. That should be kind of cool. So we're going to put up a bunch more video of a whole bunch more stuff being done. And yeah, and I'm out. I'm going to go get some dinner. Thanks for tuning in.